I am so pleased to say this is coming to a home near you. Well, we'll tell you exactly where you can view it. But first of all, let me just say one of the stars of the film, I'm so pleased to say, Anita Dobson, who plays Molly, is joining me on Late Night Joe. Hello, Anita.
Hi, Joe. How you doing?
Oh, I'm so excited to speak to you. I love a Christmas movie, and there's just not enough of them, is there?
I absolutely agree. It was such a joy to do this film. It was full of kind of sparkle and twinkle and emotion, and it was just, really lovely. So I was so grateful because I've been doing quite a lot of kind of different kind of things, some quite dark, and this was just a little bubble in the middle of it all. So, it made me feel very Christmassy.
And it does show. So we've been lucky enough to have a Snoop tape. We've seen some of it. And that lovely warmth that you have, that really endearing warmth, it really lends to the role of Molly. Explain her character. She runs a coffee shop, doesn't she?
She does. She runs the coffee shop, and she's always. And Colin Baker's character pops in there now and again, and his daughter used to go in there, and she's had a crush on him since high school, but he didn't know anything about it, and he married someone else, and now his wife is gone, and he's popping back into the shop now and again, and perhaps a little romance might...
Say no more. Say no more.
No.
Spoiler alert. But what I love about it is that it's a real family. It's set in a local place, a local location. They're trying to save the hotel. And it's nice to have something cosy and uncompromising, isn't it, at Christmas?
Yes, it is. But it's also nice, when you see people come together with a common aim. Like the hotel is very important, to the people that run it and indeed live in it and the people in the area. And so when the thought of it going starts to become a possibility, everybody rallies around, which is very heartwarming. So that's a good thing to have at Christmas.
Do you know it, and I hope you don't mind me comparing this, it's like the English version of Schitt's Creek. Have you ever watched Schitt's Creek?
Oh my God, I love it, Joe. I watched it on a loop when it first started, yes.
And it's like that. You realise how these places, whether it's a motel or a hotel, are so important to the locals, aren't they?
Absolutely. I think it's really important. And in a way, in this day and age, one gets fearful that those little places, little cosy places where people can meet, are disappearing.
Absolutely. May I just ask, this is so nosy of me, but where are you going to be spending your Christmas? Because I know you work a lot during Christmas. Will you this year?
I'm going to be at home. I've just finished my little stint, so I've got one more day of a read through. I think if that's happening, we're not sure yet, but and then I'm off for Christmas, so I'm really looking forward to it.
So you say you finished your little stint where?
I was up in Wales,
You're up in Wales. So because listen, Anita, I've interviewed you so many times, and they always say the art of reinvention, and you seem to spin so many plates. Was that always your intention? Was it always to just sort of, go in whichever direction your career could take you?
I think that's probably true. I don't think I was conscious of that. And I do remember a very lovely actor said to me once, he said, "You're doing so many different things. Don't you think you're running the risk of being jack of all trades?" And I thought about it and thought, possibly he's right. But then I thought, well, I'm not sort of fussy. I don't have a kind of vision of I want to do this. Maybe I did when I was incredibly young, but now I just think I just want to work and do as much as I possibly can. And of course, we can't play every part, but you can play as many parts as you can. So I think that's probably what you've just said is probably true. I've just kind of rolled with the punches, really. And the only way of kind of controlling one's career is to say no to the things that you absolutely think are not right, and to just jump with, great glee onto the things that you think are going to be fun and exciting.
I agree. I mean, to have that flexibility, the American actors always did that, they always did musicals, Broadway, TV, film, and I love the fact that you can do this. It's quite rare in this country still, but you've always had this fantastic voice, and I've envied you that, because obviously you came into my knowing, through EastEnders, but then you went and did all these musicals, and you could just belt it out, which was that how you started? Did you start in musicals, or was it just something you suddenly found yourself doing?
No, I didn't start in music. It's very kind what you've just said, but actually I don't see, I've never trained as a dancer, so I'm not a dancer. And I'm not a singer. I haven't got a voice like some of these wonderful performers we have nowadays. But I think what happened was, because when I was younger, I was so willing to try anything. And when I was younger, I was very bubbly and full of energy and very happy and smiley. And it's a very good thing for musicals, because that's infectious. It makes the audience feel good. You know, when you're around people that are positive and up, it makes you feel good, doesn't it? So I think that sort of lent itself. And then people started to say, do you think you could do this, Anita? And I'd go, oh yeah, I'd love to have a go. And so gradually I sort of slipped into musicals, if you like. You know, I sort of started doing the odd pantomime, and then from there it led to doing a little musical here and then a little musical there. And so I found that I was straddling both sides, if you like, of the theatrical coin, which I'm very pleased about. I mean, it stood me well. And I've done quite a bit of serious stuff as well along the way. So yeah, it's been great. But it's never been planned, Joe.
Well, as you said, sell it. That's what you've done. You sell the song, and we all, appreciate it. So that's so honest of you to say that you never really trained, because you've got a fantastic voice. So can I just ask then, Christmas for you, what does it mean now? I mean, I still love it. Even though I will be on air on Christmas Day, but I've usually worked at Christmas. I don't mind. But then I'll go, I'll head down to Sussex, be with my family. I've always loved it. It's never diminished really since I was a child. Has it for you?
No, it's changed somewhat, I suppose, because as you probably know, I used to do panto every year. The actress always. In fact, this is probably the first year that I'm not doing it, but only because the other jobs I was doing ran right up to Christmas, and I thought I can't sort of fall from one into the other. I'm getting old now, Joe.
But that's why I don't do panto anymore, Anita. First of all, my complexion couldn't take any more of that makeup. But it's exhausting, isn't it?
It is, and I'm not a chicken anymore, and I admit it wholeheartedly. And Brian's always said, it's great that you're always working. He said, but it would be lovely to have you home one Christmas. So this is the one.
Wow.
I've had a good run, and I've just finished, and so now we just put some twinkly lights up, so it's starting to feel like Christmas.
I can't imagine how lovely it must be, you and Brian May, actually, at Christmas. He stands for all things good, and so do you. He was last on my show when he'd had a flood, and all his vine. I know. But his honesty is like you, and I sound like I'm just sort of becoming really saccharine, but the two of you, I don't know how you've done it. You've managed to hang on to your authenticity, that you are the most honest people that I interview. You just are. Maybe that's why you're so right for each other.
Well, I don't know if that's true. I mean, thank you for saying that. And yes, we both try. We do our best to try and be honest and do the right thing, But it's not been an easy relationship. I mean, I don't think any relationship really is, because we're both so different. We couldn't be more different. But in a way, I think that's what keeps it going, because it never gets dull.
Of course it is. And he's a massive animal lover, and I trust all men who are animal lovers.
Yes.
It's the greatest attribute they could have. Anita, I've loved talking to you. Can I just say to everybody that Christmas at the Holiday Inn is on Virgin, Sky, Amazon and iTunes, so you need to Google that now. And Anita Dobson, are you on social media so people can follow you?
No, I'm afraid I'm below the wire, Joe. I try to keep my head down. I love it, and I'm very gregarious and out there. But really, I try to...
I knew you'd say that. She's truly authentic, everybody.
I know. It's because I'm hopeless with technology.
I can't imagine you photographing your dinner. I really can't. Listen, Anita...
This year.
Have a fabulous Christmas away from panto. Let your complexion rest. That's what I'm doing.
Thank you, darling. Yes. And you have a wonderful Christmas. It's been lovely talking to you.
And you, Anita. Thank you.
Okay.
So lovely. Bye, hon. Bye.